yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Conowitz, and with me as always is the Dungeons and Dragons to every other trailer we watched today, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, it was bad.
I got a whole lot of love. I got a whole lot of love.
And we've got a third co-host. Let's call him the John Wick of the trailers we watched today, Nate Laux.
Wow,
I am so much better than Brad.
Why?
That's
Yeah, why
so
is he always
great.
not only better than me,
yes.
but also better than you?
Hey,
I mean, he's better than me.
you know what? I take that, I receive it, and I appreciate it.
And the Lord of the Rings trailer we did not watch, Mike Flores.
Oh, that's terrible. That was just. I was in there like, Wakanda Forever. Oh, I'm like the Mecca. Nope.
Is this an
Not at
insult?
all.
I'm not quite sure if I just insulted
It's
you.
not a bad trailer. It's just like honestly, the reason I cut it is because like it's
Wait,
like
this is Inside Baseball.
so we were gonna watch the Lord of the Rings trailer. This is a special Comic-Con episode we're doing because they released so many trailers over the weekend for the 2022 edition of San Diego Comic-Con, and we're gonna do a lot of talk about trailers this episode. But the one that we decided not to do was Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power, a new series coming to Amazon. And the reason isn't because it's TV, because we were gonna still talk about it because it's still tied to the movies and kind of emulates Peter Jackson's visual style from the film trilogy. But it's also like a 3-minute trailer, and honestly, I'm not sold on it yet. It's like it feels just there's nothing exciting about
So
it to me
welcome
yet.
to
No,
Go Flix Yourself, where we talk
it's
about
super
movies.
exciting, Brad's
We
right.
talk about movie trailers.
Yeah,
We talk about the last movies.
we're all
we've
going to
seen.
talk about one TV trailer today, and it's because it has a very
specific tie-in.
significant part of the movies that we love to talk
But
about.
before we get any further into this amazing podcast, we always need to start off with legitimately someone who pays us money to sponsor this show.
Yeah.
Bradford Oman, who is this week's sponsor?
This week's sponsor is Hollywood's original Shirley Temple Soda Pop.
Jesus.
What, made by Hasbro? Like, who fucking makes this thing?
I don't know.
I legitimately thought it was a wine cooler.
I did too.
I wish I did have a wine
I
cooler.
thought it was a wine cooler, and I thought, well, that fits.
Oh, absolutely. I am a man who enjoys fruity alcoholic beverages that take a long time to get me drunk and give me diabetes.
Give him a fuzzy navel, the clothes come off.
Oh, absolutely. And you'll see my fuzzy navel. Belly buttons and hair. So, yeah, it's Hollywood original Shirley Temple. Now, Ben, what was your favorite drink when you were a kid?
Honestly,
Yeah.
it was caffeine-free Pepsi.
Are you serious?
That explains so
That's
much
terrible.
about
I
you.
feel so bad for you
I
right
didn't
now.
even want to say
Oh, my God. You were...
fuck off.
I would have lied about it. I would
Parents
have lied about
hated
it.
you.
Ben was someone's uncle when he was a kid. Oh, you guys got any of that caffeine-free Pepsi? No, Frank, because they don't fucking have it in stores more than once a year.
My mom and dad didn't want me to have caffeine as a child. I wonder why.
Oh, jeez.
And so they kept Pepsi in the house, but it was the caffeine-free version. So
Yuck.
that's all. And they kept it in the utility room so that we wouldn't grab it out of the refrigerator. And all that meant is I love warm caffeine-free Pepsi.
You know what?
I drink it all the time.
I vaguely remember being at your house because I knew your brother Alex before I was friends with you, and
Rest in
I
peace.
would have I would have sleepovers at your house.
He's not dead, by the way.
And
This is a joke.
And I remember one time going to get a drink where like the soda pop was, and being excited because I was like, "What is this gold Pepsi?" And I took one out and I saw caffeine free. I'm like, "Oh!" I just immediately put it back.
And I
Even
was,
at like 6 years old, you knew. No. This
and
is,
I was behind you going, "Ooh, I'll have one."
It was
so good.
It was probably the same one. He said he put it back.
I didn't
That means he opened
No,
it.
I didn't
put
drink
it.
it. No, I didn't drink it. I read the can. And I saw it. I was like, "Oh, this is
Yeah.
trash."
So
did
my
you guys
parents
ever do the thing where you put the
Tried
pop
hard.
into each one of the things and try, all of them in
The
together?
suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We called it Skittles because it tasted like Skittles when we were done.
Oh, we called it a suicide, but
Yeah,
that's
it was
probably not.
suicide.
Yeah. Try it now. It's the most disgusting thing in the world. It's awful. It's awful.
I disagree.
no,
I think it's fine.
Doesn't it just taste more like the thing you accidentally linger on? Like, oh, that's pretty Mr. Pibb heavy.
It tastes more like the Shirley Temple in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Shirley Temple is actually one of my favorite drinks whenever I would go out to eat with my parents, stuff like that, is I would get a Shirley Temple at restaurants, and because they would make it with Sprite and grenadine and put maraschino cherries in it, and I fucking loved it when I was a kid.
How's
And
that
so,
compare?
I'm gonna try it right now.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Don't make the noise. No, I said don't make the noise. You went back for a second.
It was
Said
harder.
you
It's
son
harder
of-
with a bottle.
Yeah, I'm
Does
happy.
it taste like cherry 7-Up?
No, it's not the best. Like I don't. It's
So
not as
this
good
is
as.
a
That's
movie-
shocking.
It's not.
movie
It's not
podcast.
as good as when they
Is
make
this a
it
movie
with
podcast?
with
It's a movie
Sprite and
podcast.
grenadine. It's just it's
I think
okay.
it probably needs to be over ice in a plastic cup.
I think you're probably right.
Yep,
Many
it'd be better.
trailers to talk
And with
about.
maraschino cherries.
Yep.
We have so many.
I love
trailers
maraschino cherries,
to
guys.
talk about.
They didn't tell you about the second sponsor, did they?
All right. So, Brad, what's the last movie you saw, buddy?
Oh, the last movie I saw was The Scout with
No way, wow.
Albert Brooks and Brendan Fraser.
Are you still kind of doing your Albert Brooks thing?
I just got back into it last night. I just decided I saw that it was available. So
My heart, I love that movie.
it's pretty good.
I love it.
It's
Yeah, where does it rank on your? As you're going through the Albert Brooks stuff, where is it ranking?
It's on the lower tier because it's co-written by Albert Brooks, but you can tell it's not fully his movie. It still has his brand of humor.
It's middle of the pack. It's not bad.
No, I wouldn't say it's a bad
Hey,
movie, but like
You need to.
Sorry. You know what? You're right. You're right. You know what, guys? Brad, you have the floor.
No, I don't think it's a bad movie, but for me, because the other Albert Brooks movies I've seen are so good, it's okay. And honestly, I was surprised. It's so strange. It has such an earnest, happy ending. I was caught off guard by it, and I also was not expecting it to be not as much of a baseball movie as I thought it was going to be, because it mostly just turns into like a comedy of these mismatched people, because Brendan Fraser has these like.
For those that don't know, what is the movie?
So the movie is about Albert Brooks plays a professional scout for the Yankees. He finds somebody who's really good for the team, except all of a sudden he gets cold feet and like runs away. And so Albert Brooks is on the outs. The owner of the team sends him out to Mexico to where he's not going to find anybody. But then he stumbles upon Brendan Fraser, this American guy who's incredible playing baseball down in Mexico. He pitches like a beast, and so he
Why
brings
is
him.
he in Mexico?
It's a punishment, like because they know
no,
he's not
why
gonna,
is Brendan Fraser in Mexico?
Oh, well, so that's what you kind of find out is that like he went out on his own, and like he's been by himself down there for a little while. And what you find out when he brings him back, because they pay him so much for the contract because he's so good, they want to make sure that they get him a psychiatric evaluation to make sure that he's not going to run off on them, that he's not cuckoo. And so then they find out he has these like repressed things that like makes him a little bit weird and seems like he could be
and
crazy.
There's definitely some daddy issues that
Yes.
he's got, and Albert Brooks is a faux father in, in the film for him. I just
Well, that
really
sounds
liked
like a great premise. I don't know why you didn't like it.
No, it's pretty good. I just
Why'd
wish
you hate this film?
I just wish it would have. I wish it was a little bit funnier, and I wish it would have followed through on some of the more emotional aspects of it in a way that felt more organic, I guess.
Yeah, because that seems like it has a lot to work with.
It's
I
a
like
great
that
premise. And
It's
honestly,
it's pretty
well done.
typical of '90s comedies of that time.
I was gonna say, when was it made roughly? Early
94.
90s. Okay,
94.
all right,
Yeah.
mid 90s. All right.
Mike, what about you? Last movie you saw, buddy?
Last Night in Soho on HBO Max.
Oh, nice.
Did you like that? I've been putting it off.
So I don't know how to feel about it, because I did one of those weird things that I don't know that I should be doing, which is watch it,
Watching with my pants
Were you
on.
were you masturbating, Mike?
So good though. No, like I watched the movie like halfway through, and it's a thriller. It's like a horror thriller. You get all involved, and I was like, okay, life stopped. I'll watch it 2 days later, and you lose that momentum.
I think Bailey and I did the exact same thing.
And
we
so
watched it in two parts.
So
and I don't think that
I
was smart.
felt like and I agree with that, which is I felt like that the momentum was lost. So I feel like there's a good movie in there. Maybe I walked away from it being like, eh.
You didn't have 2 hours to give at the time, or what?
Apparently, no, I didn't. I was like,
also,
I
felt like there was a point where I was like, yeah, we can watch this later. Like honestly, it lost me halfway through. It really,
Okay,
to me personally.
I don't think. I mean, so I think the biggest problem actually comes in the ending for me.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit like I'm not really sure what Edgar Wright is entirely saying with this story. But it's worth watching for me, honestly, just because of the cinematic tricks he pulls off. Because the way it has Anya Taylor-Joy and unfortunately I'm forgetting the name of the Thomasin McKenzie from Jojo Rabbit.
That's right. Yeah.
So one of them is a girl from like the modern time, and then Anya Taylor-Joy is a girl who is like she's like emulating from the past, like the 1960s. And he does this incredible thing where in like single shot sequences and like these very elaborate like club scenes where like it alternates between the two, and it shows them doing the exact same thing flawlessly, switching from one to the next. And like there's like crazy reflections that require visual effects to do it, and just the way he pulled off some of these camera movements and stuff, it was incredible.
I think this film is the same as Baby Driver in that it's
I love Baby Driver.
It's so well crafted because Edgar Wright is a master at that stuff.
Yeah.
But even Baby Driver, to me, there were some things that fell flat into it because it's
I love Baby Driver.
the stylization and the direction can only take it so far,
Disagree.
and the movie itself nedes to stand on its own at a certain point.
Well,
with the plot
Nate, I'd say definitely watch it, but watch it all the way through, because then I would really want to hear your feedback from it.
Yeah.
And then I'm curious about, without spoiling anything, the ending, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he tried to pull off like a twist ending. At the same time,
Did
it
you
was
try to
like
M. Night Shyamalan on you? or-
almost, but it was
quite.
completely misled.
The Hindenburg should not have been in the movie.
So it
In all
sounds.
fairness, it added to it.
You're right.
So would you say then it's a better crafted film in the art of filmmaking than it was a story being told?
It's a better made
Yes,
movie.
I would
than-
agree
than
with
the story is not as good as the filmmaking behind
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Same with Baby Driver. Nate, what's
Not
the
true.
Damn.
last
Not true
movie
at all.
you saw?
So I'm going to say this. I have 3 kids, 2 boys that are. I'm going to preface this with 2 boys that are 10 and 12. And so the last movie I saw was in the theater, and it was
Emmanuel in Space?
Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Oh, Mike is doing the callbacks.
I know that was
Couldn't
last
help it.
week.
And
you know?
how
Minions: The Rise of
was-
Gru.
How
Yeah.
was Minions:
Okay.
The Rise of Gru?
I heard that it was actually pretty good because it gets kind of wild with like the things that it's emulating from pop culture.
It does. I actually I do like Minions. I like the films. I like the characters. They do some funny callbacks, these kind of things. Some subtle stuff in there that if you know anything about film or culture and everything, it's
Yeah.
in there. I
doesn't know
really
any of
liked it. I don't know if it's the best of the the whole series genre kind of that they got going on, but I really liked it, and my boys loved it, which is always important. We've talked about this before on other podcasts, where sometimes I think we look at kids' films through different lens, and I think there is something to be said. Is it a well-made film, right? So is it visually stunning? Is it directed well? But then also, do your kids like it, right? Those can be totally different things. My kids, I've told you before, love the movie Pixels. It's not a well-made film at all, but my kids love it. I mean, they would probably choose to watch that my boys would, over any other film. And it's not great, but it's made for it. Adam Sandler makes good movies for 10 to 12-year-old boys.
Sure.
You
So
should do
it
it.
was good.
You should start testing and being like, all right, boys, do you want to watch Pixels or do you want to watch Star Wars and see what they do, and then start like a ranking system.
I can tell
Pixels?
you this: I have one that would watch one and one that would
You
watch
watch
the other.
Pixels? Or do you want to watch Platoon? Last movie I saw was John Wick.
The first one?
Yep. My friend's kid has never seen it, and so he came over, and Bailey and he and I watched it, and it was awesome to watch. So Oscar is 17, and he's just, for some reason, never seen it, and it's just so fun to watch, a kid watch the
a
movie.
dog die?
Honestly,
That's terrible, Ben.
I warned him about it. He knows about it as pop culture, blah blah blah. And I just kind of side-eyed when that scene happened, and he didn't cringe or anything, but he kind of you could just see him tense up a little bit. But as soon as John Wick goes on the killing spree after that, I mean, he's just literally leaning forward watching the movie. It was just so cool. And then I get a text from him like an hour after he gets home, and he goes, "So just saying, when can we watch the second, third ones? Like, when is that happening?" So he's clearly very into it. Yeah, obviously it's an all-timer. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie.
I do go to doesthedogdie.com before I watch a film because I don't like films with dogs.
Channing Tatum in the movie Dog was smart enough to go on the Tonight Show and be like, "Hey, by the way, the dog doesn't die." Like, that's part
Did
of
you see
the
Dog?
marketing. I didn't.
I really enjoyed it. It was good.
But he was is part of the the rounds of the interview. They as a movie studio, they decided, "Hey, Channing, go out there and tell everybody it's okay to watch this movie." Basically, it's pretty smart.
I feel like it's not fair though.
Well, I mean, they're smart enough to know that people aren't going to go see it just on the chance that the dog might die. So at least get that part out of
Is
there.
there that big of a population
I
that
honestly think
chooses
so.
not to go see the
After-
movie?
I won't.
after
I won't
Marley
see
and
a
Me?
film if I know a dog dies.
After Marley and Me, yes.
I'm sorry, if you watch the trailer for Marley and Me and you think the dog isn't going to die, then you don't deserve to watch movies.
I think that just after that had happened at all, people just are really gun shy about seeing dog. Like, I don't want to see a dog die in a movie.
I just assume the dog is going to die, so that way if it doesn't, then it's like a treat for me.
Is that why
I
you
don't know how
wanted
to take that.
Is that why you wanted to go see the Little Rascals?
Absolutely.
Guys, let's talk about some mother flippin' trailers.
Yeah.
Lots of them. It was a good
What about
week for trailers.
Lord of the Rings, guys?
I mean, and these trailers aren't even like
Shut up, Mike.
aren't even like from a whole week. They're from like a weekend.
Well,
Yeah,
Weekend.
yeah. They just kept on coming. It was
Yeah.
so much fun. Yeah.
Comic-Con.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably
I see what
nobody
you did
out there
there.
who doesn't understand
Anybody?
this, but Comic-Con is just a big old pop culture convention, and they're always unveiling news about upcoming movies and TV shows. They debut a bunch of new trailers. They even play stuff that we haven't even seen because they only play it for the crowds at Comic-Con. But we're going to talk about 6 trailers that were released over the weekend.
Ant-Man Quantumanium, right? Was one of those.
We'll
I
get
think.
there. Nate, you're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, well, we're
No,
not.
let's just go ahead and talk about
You're
it.
getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, he's getting ahead of the podcast, our collective
I'm
podcast.
just saying that was one of the trailers shown, and I'm mad that they didn't release it.
Yeah, but that's just how the
I heard
the
they
game
did it for
works.
Secret Invasion as well.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the first
Hey, Mike, what
trailer
else
we
you wanna
watched.
talk about?
Oh, they're going to start their
Dude,
own
there was
podcast
so
called
much.
Fucking Up My Day.
I was trying my best not to laugh at you, no, because you're getting so frustrated, and I couldn't help myself. You're a pretty funny guy, motherfucker.
So the first trailer we watched was Dungeons and Dragons.
And there's a reason
That wasn't the first one I watched.
I don't fucking care, Nate.
there's a reason that I said the Dungeons and Dragons to my every other trailer we watched.
So the movie's
It's
called.
bad.
It is
I
not
honestly,
bad.
yeah, and I agree with that. I honestly don't think so. It's called Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. It's based on the popular role playing game that's been around forever now. I was skeptical about this movie because it has the same problem that video game movies does.
Yeah.
You know, the enjoyment of Dungeons and Dragons comes from playing the game, having that experience with your friends, and
I've never played it, nor do I ever want to play D&D.
I've played it. It's fun.
No,
Yeah.
you
It
guys
really
are
is.
Nerds.
So like taking a story and trying to set it in this world, this fantasy world with all these familiar creatures and character types and stuff like that, I was just like, maybe we'll see. This has a decent ensemble cast. I like the vibe of this movie. I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it looks great, but I think it looks fun.
It reminded me, honestly, a little bit of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. Like,
Yeah.
You know, Chris Pine,
What,
obviously.
Chris Pine's in it?
No, but like kind of
Yeah, well, he
dead
walks in and
giveaway.
he goes, I'm Captain Kirk.
the fun.
Let's go raid some dungeons and find some
Okay,
dragons.
guys.
The fun action with a little bit
Guys,
of comedy thrown in, not
this-
taking itself too seriously. I liked it.
Yeah.
This movie looks like, because of the production value, they didn't spend enough. So it looks like it's a movie that was made in 2013.
I disagree. I think the visual
No,
effects
I
look
don't-
great. The problem that I think you're seeing, and we still have
It's
to do this,
compared
we have
to the
no,
other trailers,
No, we have
it's
to.
dog shit.
No, we have to fix your fucking TV.
No.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
No,
We watched, like, I know, spoiler alert. We watched fuck off. We watched the trailer, the rest of the trailers, and there was like a scene in one of the Marvel trailers we watched with a dragon.
For me, they all have the same problem. And actually, it's in Shazam, and it's a different kind of dragon.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. The idea was the
Not
way that
enough dragons.
the production value of the Dungeons and Dragons trailer compared to the Shazam trailer.
I disagree.
It was
Flores, what
terrible.
do you think, man?
No, seriously, like I don't think it was. I'm with Ben. I really didn't care for it, but I don't think it had anything to do with like the production value.
Yeah.
It's just like I felt like I've seen this before. One,
2013,
I don't think
when it was
I don't
made.
think Chris Pine can really lead that role. I think it's the same thing as why can't I think of Star-Lord? What is his name? Chris Pratt. He's just doing Chris Pratt in a different setting. Or you're doing Chris Hemsworth in
Wait,
a
are you
different
being
setting.
serious, Nate? Nate,
I
are you
mean,
being serious?
with the whole even Led
Well,
Zeppelin
hold on,
music
hold on.
behind it. It's been done.
so-
Calm down, everybody.
So I do think Chris Pine and Chris Pratt do have the movie star thing of where they're basically playing different versions of themselves. Chris Hemsworth, on the other hand, is a very good actor and does have very clear definitions between the characters he plays.
Yes.
Okay, but nobody brought up Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I did.
So fuck off, Nate.
What about Ryan Reynolds? He plays the same thing every time.
I would love it.
But he
if-
leans into
Hold
it.
on. I would love.
He does. He owns it.
I would love if Nate Laux would listen to our podcast, especially when we're recording it.
So he listens afterwards. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't
He's like,
listen
Oh,
while
no,
recording.
I should listen to that. You're still upset. I didn't
Mike.
respond to a text. All right.
Two texts. Anyway,
Text.
But yeah, no, I think this movie looks fine. I don't think it looks great. I'm much more optimistic and interested in it than I was before I saw this trailer.
100% agree with you. I wouldn't if you said a Dungeons and Dragons movie is coming out.
Yeah.
Do you want to see it? I would say no.
Yeah.
Seeing the trailer, I'm like, yeah, I think I would. I think it would.
hard pass.
Hard pass.
No. Did you guys see the Dungeons and Dragons film in 2000?
With Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, and Jeremy Irons.
Mhm.
I would prefer that.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you would not.
No,
I
you
would
wouldn't.
not.
Trust
sir.
me, you
I
would
tried.
not.
I tried with a straight face.
Now, this is, you can't even say this. This is a serious question, but it kind of is.
Are there dungeons?
No, but there's dragons.
We all know that Vin Diesel is a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan in real life. Like
Yes.
he plays in from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Brad, do you know anything about, like, was he ever involved at all with this?
No, I have no idea.
Real good.
There's
at
a
that.
couple other actors.
No,
that are
he's
big
Groot.
into it, right? That play like regularly. I think they've got like an ongoing
Yeah.
actor group.
No, I know. I
Uh,
just felt like he's such a big fan though. Like I figured he might.
I can't
have something
remember.
to do
There's
with
another guy.
What's his name from Magic Mike?
Channing Tatum.
No, Joe
Yep.
Manganiello.
Manganiello.
Yeah, he's a
Manganiello.
huge fucking nerd and plays Dungeons
Yep.
and Dragons. There's a whole podcast that they do. With
Yep,
it.
and he's got like a celebrity game
Yeah.
going. So
Is Critical Role the one that he's on, or is that just a different one that has that?
I think it's a different show
Yeah.
altogether.
I've literally said everything I know about.
John Wick 4. That was the next trailer that we watched. Brad, what'd you think?
That was fine.
Mike?
No, and this is a short trailer,
Mike?
and it's very good. It's good to see Keanu Reeves just beating up bad guys. The one thing I love about these movies the most is the close combat gunfights. The bulletproof suits is an amazing invention for this movie because it allows them to have hand-to-hand combat and also shoot each other at close range, and it makes the fights so much more cool. Mike, what do you think?
Oh my god, I'm fucking pumped, man.
We watch without your pants.
What's that?
Watch without your pants?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Why would you watch it with pants?
Well, you're in a public
That's
space,
the-
probably.
Doesn't
That
stop me.
never stopped him
You were
before.
literally on the couch right next to me. It was odd.
You've never been to see a Minions movie with
We
Mike.
put on the John Wick trailer, and Mike stood up and pulled his pants down.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
We're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Getting ready to watch the trailer."
It's John Wick, guys.
Oh.
Nate,
So I John Wick franchise is just so much fun, right? You know what you're gonna get, and you get it every time. I think this one is the creator of John Wick isn't in he is not involved in this one, so
Right.
this is gonna be a little different, right? So the guy for the first 3 films that was the one pushing the films and creating the characters and all these kind of things. But it doesn't matter because all I want to see is like hand-to-hand gun combat, right?
They have a blueprint now.
Exactly.
You know,
You
right.
don't.
Also, they have a stylization of the
Yeah.
actual the DP, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sets and the set pieces they're
Mhm.
in. It's very John Wickian, right? There's not been, if you showed me a still from that trailer, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's John Wick, because you can just see it bleeding through, like
Mhm.
the concert scenes
Yep.
and the club scenes and the kind of open space
They've
where they're fighting.
created this.
It's like
Yep.
you can't imagine them taking place anywhere else now.
It
It's
is
so
interesting
cool.
to me to see how it's going, how this series will end, because John Wick, right, he makes more and more enemies every film, right?
Sure.
And he's never going to not have to like fight people, because
Yeah.
it's not like a Liam Neeson film where you're just fighting one bad guy, and then once the bad guy's done, you get to go live happily with your family.
To your point,
In all
though,
fairness, he could get out. That's the whole goal, right?
Also-
he's collecting enemies, though. He is.
yeah,
I
and,
like
and
this.
also I think a lot of Liam Neeson movies do have him fighting more than one guy. Like he fights a whole mess.
It's
of
just-
guys.
But it's not a collection from his last movie, though. Like this is.
It just seems like this is like, where does
this
it
is an
end? Right?
accumulation of
Yep.
a lot of enemies.
Well,
right.
he kills the high table. That's where it ends, right? He is the high table
Yeah.
at that point.
He is
And-
John
and
Wick.
speaking of
Baba Yaga.
the main villain, is it Bill Skarsgård?
It is Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, you only get a couple glimpses of him, but for those of you that know, Bill Skarsgård is the guy who played Pennywise the Clown in the new It movies.
Who is
Also-
Pennywise the Clown in every film I see him in? I'm like, that just creeps me out. I
In
don't
the
know
original
how to-
Clue.
Really?
What?
What?
How old was he? Like,
Oh
an
no, that was
infant?
Tim Curry. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Right into it.
I got
right
all you.
into it.
I
right
fucking
into
got
it.
all you assholes. You are.
That
all
was
like,
a
where
that
is
was that
this
was an
coming
A to
from?
D. Yeah,
Oh,
that's just
that's so
trash.
good.
Just
No.
trash.
The look on your
Jeez.
face was so fucking
Oh
weird.
my God.
Come on, I got all
Wasn't
right.
good.
We all
Uh,
thought, really?
jeez.
Was he a kid in that?
I
movie?
love this.
No,
so
I knew
much.
he wasn't in it. That's why I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I'm
And he's like,
having a
I'm
good time.
making my It references. I've never seen that version of it. By the
So
way.
do you think he'll do like a little cattywampus
Was that your
eye
Pennywise?
thing? Oh jeez.
What? Hi, Georgie.
Do you think he'll do his cattywampus eye thing? And
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck.
Wanna touch my boat?
John Wick.
Is that your Pennywise?
It's pretty good.
Oh, that's not bad. I don't even know if I could do one.
I don't
I'm
even
not,
know
you
what
I'm
you
not gonna
do.
try.
You set yourself up for that.
Georgie.
What was that?
He says Georgie like that, right? You go, Georgie.
Hi, Georgie.
Hi, Georgie.
You sound like Yoda.
You know what? If Cookie Monster was Pennywise the Clown, that's what I've got,
Oh, boy.
right?
Oh boy! All right, the next trailer we watched. We're getting into comic book territory
Me
now.
want fear.
Oh, jeez, that is
Anyway.
pretty terrifying.
Cookie Monster as Pennywise.
We watched the Wow, Nate's starting to be like a quality checker.
Quality control over here. Nope, that didn't make
No,
it.
cut that out. Cut that out. All right. We watched the trailer for Black Adam, which is a new DC Extended Universe movie. This has been in the works for a while. Dwayne Johnson has been hyping this up for the longest time. At one point, he actually was given the choice between whether or not he wanted to play Black Adam or play Shazam, and he chose Black Adam. And so this movie that's coming where Black Adam is an anti-hero. He's kind of like Shazam's, opposite in a way. He has a history and origin that goes back thousands of years, and then he's brought back into modern day, and he's this character who's basically like a bad guy. He's too powerful for his own good. He doesn't want to be kept in check, and so the Justice Society of America is called in to deal with the situation. And it's standard comic book fare. Honestly, like, there's nothing in this that I'm particularly excited about.
I don't want to see it.
Wow. Bold stance from Nate Labs over here.
I don't.
Why?
It looks like every cliched, comic book film. Yeah. By the way, grateful that they did Zachary Levi in Shazam because he's such a better, I think, I think
Dwayne Johnson could have done Shazam as well, but I do think Zachary Levi is
he's a
great
better
in the
comedian.
Role. Yeah.
It's just my powers are not a gift; they're a curse, kind of thing. Like, oh, really? Because we've been talking about that in comic book.
I will say,
forever.
okay, so to Nate's point, like when a lot of these lines in the trailer were happening, the setup in my head, I was writing the punchline, and yes, it was like, they're not a gift. I'm like, well, I guess they're a curse, and he says it, and you're like, this
that's
is so
what I'm saying.
boilerplate.
It just seemed so like, and I love Dwayne Johnson.
Me too.
I really do.
I agree.
And when he was trying to put this together, it was in like 2014. Like Brad said, he's been going about this film, trying to get this thing made. And, he was 42 then. He's like 51 now. Now, still looks better than any of us in this room by far.
Well,
but like, I don't know.
My girlfriend Bailey is sitting on the couch.
Oh, jeez. Just
boy.
digging for
I
compliments.
don't know. There was just nothing about it.
She's waving like, yes, that's
Hi.
me. Hi, that complimented me finally.
Hi, guys. I'm Bailey. I don't want
That's not at all. Fuck off. That's not at all how she comes across. How dare you?
That's how he
we're gonna go
personifies all.
Did I do good, babe?
No, boy.
Cutting all this.
At
All
least
right,
she doesn't
moving on.
sound like
So there's
Pennywise.
nothing about this that it just grabbed my attention. It looks like a boilerplate
it's a
very
paint by
comic
numbers.
book movie.
Yeah, very
I'm
generic.
sure it'll be fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It won't be bad. I just
Fair
didn't
point.
excite
I
me.
will say that this trailer looked way better than the other one. It's not saying a lot, but it was definitely
I'll
better
give you
than
that.
the
I do
first
think there
one.
are some cool moments. Like, I think that when he is melting that truck with the electricity from his hands is pretty cool. I think Pierce Brosnan looks very cool as Dr. Fate.
Yes.
There
are some.
There's some cool visual things about it.
I will say, watching somebody hit Dwayne Johnson in a movie, and then him get that look in his eye to retaliate, and then actually follow through and then throw them across the room. That's always gonna be cool. So I like to see him as a superhero finally. So that'll be worth it, I think. But it better be better than this trailer as far as the
If you
writing.
want to see him as a superhero, who'd be a pet, in like a month.
Oh yeah,
so
we're good. That's out right
that's
now,
pretty
isn't
good.
it?
Or-
No, not yet. I think at the
It's at
end,
the
end of the month.
like next week. I think.
Secret
Maybe
Life
next
of-
week, yeah.
Secret Life of Dark Knight Pets.
DC League of Super Pets.
Yeah,
What
you're
about you, Brad?
close. Either
Was
way.
there anything about this that made you excited to see
No, I'm still just like I'll go see it. I'm still it's just whatever for me.
Yeah.
I'll see it just because it's a big movie and for my job, but also just because I would see this movie even if I wasn't gonna write about it. Mike, is it a pants off movie for you?
No, this is a straight to streaming service. I'll watch it then.
So pants on for Mike.
Pants on.
Pants
Pants
on.
on.
Okay.
That's how we're rating movies from here on
Yep,
out. Pants
for
on.
sure.
All right, perfect. The next trailer we watched, we'll keep the DC train rolling. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, the sequel to Shazam!
Is the villain Black Adam?
No.
No, but
Why?
they are. Yeah,
They
they
should
will
have
be.
just
They
made-
will be
I think,
eventually.
they do
I
want
know,
to do
but,
that at some point, but
I feel like I was watching the trailer for Shazam, and I thought it would be great if they introduced Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Black Adam in this, and then he got his own, because then you got something to build on. I don't know.
Nah.
Meh.
I
Whatever,
think
fine. Fuck me, right? Yeah, it's fine.
I think also that there's a potential of Black Adam being the next villain against Wonder Woman as well.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's just what I read.
I don't think DC really knows what it's doing. I think they're just throwing movies against the wall and saying, "Hey, this might
Absolutely.
work."
It's absolutely true. 100%.
Next time it's going to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
But I think Black Adam is a fairly common.
Ben, can I talk to you over here for a second?
That is the Monsters universe?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is part of the Universal Pictures lineup, so like they can't do anything with that at Warner Brothers.
Just real quick, Brad, superhero. I know that, and so like I was thinking like it was so bad that like DC doesn't know.
So you thought it was part of the dark universe?
Yeah, so
like
it's
the bad mummy
so
universe.
bad.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
all right, that's fine. I got it.
Hey guys, we're back.
Did you know they were in Clue?
So Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I like Shazam quite a bit. I think it's a really well.
I think it's great.
I think it's fun.
Love Shazam.
I'm excited about this one too.
Me too.
I thought it looked really fun.
Very fun trailer. Zachary Levi continues to be
awesome,
great.
Honestly, I mean,
Some really well placed humor. Yeah.
I'm in.
I was gonna say I'm not like big on the DC stuff, and then when Shazam came out, I was like,
It's
and I watched it, and it was great.
The good thing
And
about
so
Shazam is that it
I'm
feels
excited.
separate from the rest of the
Yes.
DC.
Yes,
For sure.
actually,
It works
for
well
sure.
on its own.
I am excited about this movie.
Pants off.
Pants off for sure.
All right, I love it.
And I also think
That's a little bit inappropriate because there's kids in the movie. So
No. They're mainly adults.
And I think there's some
they're
fun
manly
things.
adults.
There's some fun things that they can do in this narrative as well with broken families, these kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, that I think can add to the film story and narrative that fills it out from other superhero films, right?
Yeah.
Because at this point, there's a superhero film coming out all the time.
Sure.
What is different, right? And I think
Yeah.
there's something there that's
Well,
different.
Helen Mirren is different.
She
She
is.
is.
And Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
But I love that shot when they're all walking down the street and they all say Shazam at the same time. That's a great fucking
I
moment.
love the shot when he referenced Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
It was a good gag.
To Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was talking about this in our work Slack for Slash Film. I think that's
Yeah, I remember that.
I think that's one of the most direct references to a movie franchise made to an actor's face when they're also in that other
Sure.
franchise, other than Ocean's 12 with the Julia Roberts guy.
Yeah, because that's Julia Roberts.
Right.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Just a fun little thing I pointed out.
Was that the girl from West Side Story in there?
It
as
is,
well?
yeah.
Okay,
Rachel Ziegler has a role in this movie as well.
Do you know what role?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I know that her character name has been put out there, but I don't know enough about the Shazam
Yeah,
comics
me
to
either.
say anything that means anything.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, we're gonna move into Marvel territory now, and we're gonna.
We're not going to do.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. So we're gonna start with.
No, we're not doing Lord of the Rings.
This is the
Sorry.
TV show that we decided to talk about this time because it's She-Hulk, and it's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and all of these shows are part of the MCU and tie into the movies and everything. And this one has direct ties because Mark Ruffalo is reprising his role as Professor Hulk, Bruce Banner, and Hulk together now, and Tatiana Maslany is playing She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, who is Bruce Banner's cousin, who now also somehow has the DNA that makes her Hulk, but it seems like she has an easier time controlling her transformation. She's not quite full of rage, and it seems like she maybe even is a little bit more physically skilled with her Hulk powers than Bruce Banner is, based on this trailer. The first trailer for this, I will say, I was not a fan of. Not because of the tone necessarily, but because I thought the visual effects looked terrible. And I was being forgiving because a lot of times the visual effects don't always look great when the trailer comes out because they're not done yet. And this is also a TV show, so even though it's an expensive Marvel TV show, they're still going to have less money to play with than they do for the Marvel movies. I will say she looks better in this trailer, I think, than the first time, but it's still not great. There's something weird about it, and I think what it is for me is her form as She-Hulk, her face isn't changed enough in the way that Mark Ruffalo's is when he turns into Hulk. Hulk looks like a character that is very different from Bruce Banner, even though he has Mark Ruffalo's facial expressions and mannerisms. But Tatiana Maslany's face is just normal. It's just bigger, and it's green, and it's weird.
Do you think that that's because they're having trouble? It's problematic to like balloon up and still make a female attractive. Is that what the studio's thinking?
I don't know if it's problematic. I think it's more problematic that you think she has to be attractive.
No,
to
like
be...
the studio. I'm saying
I do get what you're saying.
Like, oh, we can't make her bulky because that's not hot. We need to make her hot. Like,
no,
is that what they're doing?
No, I don't think so. I think we're I think a studio like Marvel especially is past that. I think it's just they're trying to emulate how she looks in the comics. In the comics, she looks like a normal woman. She's just big, bulky, and green. Whereas Hulk does look like a cartoonishly muscular character.
So then what is your complaint?
It's in a weird spot. I think it's an uncanny valley spot, to be honest, where they're trying to make her look realistic as She-Hulk, but it's the effects aren't doing a good enough job to make it work.
I thought it was fine. Like, I honestly watched that and thought it looked great.
I don't think it looks bad, but I just there's something off about it to me.
Yeah. So to add to that, there is another form that she takes, right? So this is essentially what we see her in is kind of her Professor Hulk stage.
Yeah.
She does have a bigger
Yeah.
kind of Hulk stage, which we have not seen yet. They
Right.
didn't show any of that in the film. I actually agree with you, Brad. There's something off
Wow.
about the audio as well. If you watch the
Wow.
trailer, it just wasn't.
Yeah, it's. I think that's a motion capture thing. And I
Is
think,
that my TV?
I think that takes them more. No, that's motion
I don't know.
smoothing.
Did you see Dungeons and Dragons?
I do think that there's with motion capture, they have a thing that I think it takes time for them to really polish it in post production. Is where when they're talking, the mouth doesn't always work
my
well.
concern is that it comes out in like less than a month, right? And
Yeah.
so it's like it seems like
But
there's
it's
still,
but it's weekly episodes. You know,
yeah,
so.
exactly. But
So the first one will be
They'll
trash,
fix it week by week.
and the third one's gonna be better.
No. I mean they have time to finish like the other episodes.
I say
Like,
this.
the first one is the one
Will be
that's the
trash.
biggest concern right now.
I really, really want to like this series, and I'm still hopeful for it.
I
I'm gonna watch
immediately
it.
no. So I saw the trailer for Mrs. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel.
Sorry,
Ms. Marvel.
and I couldn't give two shits. I saw the trailer for this.
It's really good. You
and
should
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
very.
It
good.
Well, I
actually
know.
is really good.
No, I know, but the trailer didn't do that. This trailer, I'm like, I'm in. This is awesome. It's such a
The one
fun
thing
trailer.
I'm most curious about is the fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
because it's something that they haven't
I didn't
done.
know they did that until this.
I didn't.
trailer.
They really haven't done it in the
And
MCU
honestly,
until
I
now.
didn't know what that
It's
was.
in the comics, though.
It's in the comics, and they also have talked about how they took inspiration from Fleabag, which is
Yeah.
a great British comedy. If you haven't watched it, written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and yeah, it is.
That was one of the things that threw me in this trailer because I didn't know anything about the comics.
yeah.
And so when she did that, I was like, oh, I'll get it. I mean, this is something I don't know right now. I'll understand it later, I'm sure. But it really did. I was like, what the fuck was that?
No, yeah,
It was
she
very
talks
strange.
to the camera and like they have like little winks and nods.
So
and,
Bruce Banner Professor Hulk looked back over at her like he kind of knew what she was doing, but not really. Does the Hulk understand that there's breaking the fourth wall?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think that he's aware of that.
Okay. It was just strange.
I'm excited to see Charlie Cox reprise his Matt Murdock Daredevil
yes.
role. So
Nope,
that's
don't
gonna be
care.
fun.
Well, we
Oh,
should
really?
talk. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Whoa.
So one thing I will say, I never watched any of the Netflix shows
Oh,
because
okay.
for me, once I found out that they weren't really super connected to the MCU, they were just more tangential and existed in the world and never really actually did anything with that. I was like, okay, that's not an immediate thing for me. And especially now, so I think that those characters, most of them aren't going to be used in that way. They're going to give us a different version of Charlie Cox's Daredevil. So I am interested to see Daredevil enter the MCU properly.
They shouldn't though because he's so good in that. Like
That
I don't
is
want
a
a
good
different.
series.
I don't want
It
a
is.
different
It was a
version
good
of the
series.
character.
Well,
But-
he's,
but
I
you
mean,
have to- but you have to
he's still playing him.
Right, but you got to bring Iron Fist into that, so we don't want to do that.
No, I think he's probably going to be the only one of those characters that they bring in. We have a special guest coming in. Bailey Snyder here has something she wants to say.
I'm just gonna say, if you're talking about those characters jumping into the MCU,
Mhm.
so the Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock that showed up in Spider-Man,
Yeah.
that is absolutely fully the Netflix version. Like that's exactly what Matt Murdock is like
Yeah.
in that Netflix show. So if they're gonna deviate from that, I don't love that.
I don't think it's going to be a drastic deviation. I think it'll be like a different version in the way that like the version of Professor X in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is a different version from the X-Men movies.
So, do you think that the Netflix series will exist in a different universe? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Hence, why the other surprise at Comic-Con was right before Captain America. They announced the.
So we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Marvel's bigger plans after we talk
Yeah.
about our last trailer.
So
Okay.
to clarify a little bit what I
The
think
Big
you're saying, Brad,
Lebowski is now canon.
the same character, just a different
Endgame,
universe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't think there will be a large differentiation. I think they're doing it for the sake of canon and for the sake of like what that character has experienced in the MCU.
So
Regardless, we've got a lawyer show,
Do
right?
you legitimately think
And
that
Charlie
that's-
Cox is coming in there.
Is
I'm
that
excited
like
about it.
in the way of the multiverse, as in like the Charlie Cox version is 818 compared to 61 whatever?
Well, it's so like Charlie Cox is still playing Daredevil.
I know.
in She-Hulk.
But
No,
like,
he's saying, is it a different universe?
Yeah,
like,
like-
are they going to play it as a different universe
Yeah,
in the multiverse?
so I think all of those Netflix shows take place in a different
multiverse.
version of the MCU.
and I'm sorry, I'm not as big of a nerd as you guys, what is the MCU universe?
That's where all the movies
616.
take place.
It's 616.
I asked for the number. Thank you, Mike.
It's
They
616.
recently officially labeled it as Earth 616.
Okay.
It's the one you've been watching.
So yeah, I understand that. God damn it. 616. So what that means is like the one that John Krasinski is from is 8.
It was
838.
Yeah, 838.
Fine.
Yeah.
So maybe that Charlie Cox would be from 838 instead of
Theoretically,
616.
yes,
Yeah,
theoretically.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
what I'm asking.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think we know that, but that
No,
could
but
be,
like
yeah.
we're allowed. So then it's
We'll
allowed,
talk about that.
It's allowed to be a deviation of the character in that way, but like it's just he hasn't experienced the same things.
Right. He has
but he's the same-
he has a different arc.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but he's the same person.
Correct.
Okay,
So guys,
that's it. That's what I mean.
She-Hulk is a thing. So yeah,
What?
Yeah.
She-Hulk's a thing, and I think it's gonna be good.
Mike was trying to bring us back to She-Hulk so we can
It's
move
like
the fuck on.
superhero alley.
Let's wrap this shit up, says Mike Flores.
Here's the thing: is I'm excited.
I
about
just
it.
need to get to Lord of the Rings. We're talking
we're
about
not
that,
talking
right?
He's going to be
about
very
Rings.
disappointed.
I'm excited about the show. I'm worried about some of the visual effects
Yeah.
because that will take me. If what we saw in the trailer is what the show will be like with the visual effects,
Yeah.
it will take me out of
I'll
it.
love it.
I
It'll
think
be
what's
fine.
interesting is to Brad's point earlier. I think like the first trailer compared to the second one is I think it's leaps and bounds better visual.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
So
improvement.
I'm more on
I
board. After
honestly
this.
think that it's Marvel and we don't have anything to worry about as far as the effects, right?
I won't go that far because I think that there have been times in the movies they've even kind of had some effects that are like they needed to put
Give
this
me
in
an
the cooker for a
example.
little longer.
Yeah, give me an example.
Sometimes there's just jiggly CGI
Okay.
characters. Some of the backgrounds don't look very great. Thor: Love and Thunder, in particular, I don't think that they particularly mastered how to use what is
the
referred
goats.
to as
too
stagecraft.
jiggly of those goats.
In Thor: Love and Thunder, they use this new virtual production thing that was innovated on The Mandalorian, where they have these giant LED walls and ceilings that they can project images onto so that they don't have to do green screen work. They have the actual backgrounds on set, and they're dynamic so that when the camera moves, it changes the reference material that you see on the
that's really
screen.
cool. That's
and
really
so the lighting works on set for the actors, and it also gives them a reference point of what they're looking at and what they can see. And the quality of the LED screens that they use is so good that they can shoot it in camera and they don't have to replace it in post-production
So
anymore.
post-production time takes so much less.
Exactly.
Yep.
But the pre-production time is stacked on top of it because they have to create all those
Yep.
environments digitally before that. And so they did that for Thor: Love and Thunder, and there are some shots in Thor: Love and Thunder that don't look good, and you can tell that they used stagecraft and they just didn't know how to use it as well as The Mandalorian did.
What do you guys think of witchcraft?
It's not quite my favorite thing, but I think it really does a good job of making you think you're seeing things.
What do you think about The Craft?
Not quite as good as witchcraft in general,
What
because I
about-
feel like
What
But a
about
great 90s film.
craft beer?
I'm not a big fan of craft beer.
So to sum up,
Oh, so no.
excited about She-Hulk or no?
I'm curious,
I'm
and I will
very
watch
excited.
it.
I'm very
It's a good
excited.
word.
I'm
Curious.
excited.
Very excited.
I'll certainly watch it.
My pants
I'm
are off.
curious. I'm a little
Okay,
nervous.
that
Pants
sounds.
off.
No, that sounds.
Oh,
You know what?
geez.
No, I'm taking it back.
Nope,
Yeah.
My pants are gonna stay on because
Yeah.
I respect,
Everybody's doing it.
because
Oh,
I respect
Betty
women.
Perv is
I'm
back.
not doing it.
We're gonna need
Bailey,
She-Hulk
I
attorney at law
I
for this one.
respect- I need. Let's keep Charlie Cox in his cage.
Oh. Hey, is there any other
on.
Marvel stuff coming out?
Yeah. Hey, Brad. Is there another trailer?
No, that's the end of the episode, guys. Thanks.
All right.
No, guys, we're talking about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh my God.
This trailer is one of the best trailers I have seen in years.
Ever, honestly.
It is an amazing trailer. The emotional journey that you go through on this trailer is bonkers because
Goosebumps on my legs, Brad.
yeah, it starts off in this way because obviously with Chadwick Boseman passed, Black Panther is not in this movie as we know him from the first Black Panther movie. They haven't recast T'Challa. They're not going to do any digital recreation of him. The trailer starts off by showing you all these emotional moments of people remembering him, of celebrating his life. This big grand funeral with these incredible celebrations.
Wearing white, yeah. I
Yeah,
love that,
it is just gorgeous. And then it seamlessly weaves into the story of this movie, which is going to have Wakanda going to war with Namor, the Submariner, and the Atlanteans. So they're going to be the villains in this movie. And it's just a visual feast, full of emotion, incredible music, the cinematography, the production design, everything about this movie looks amazing.
Angela Bassett, my
Yeah.
word,
Yeah.
that line, it just broke me.
Oh, yeah.
It broke me.
It is
and,
powerful.
And again, you only hear rumors. I hear she's going to play a pretty heavy part in this film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually very excited to see that. I mean, just based on what she gave in the
Yeah.
trailer, it's going to be very, very good. It was you're just in awe of it. And like you said, kudos to the people putting the trailer together because they crafted something beautiful in 2 minutes that you just want to rewatch.
And it has that great tease at the end of the new Black Panther, and you're left waiting, being
Shuri.
like, who's it going to be?
Shuri, right?
I don't know. It could be Shuri. It could be Okoye. It could be
Who's
could
the
be
crazy,
Nakia.
Who's the crazy anti-vaxxer actress that's in it?
Shuri.
So Letitia Wright is Shuri.
So
Yeah,
it won't be Shuri.
I don't know because they
In
had
the comics, it's Shuri, I think. Did
yeah, because and they did do this before that kind of came out. So
recast her then.
unless they made a drastic change, I had an interesting thing that I saw, you hear in the trailer, and I'm curious as to what it means for the movie. But when Angela Bassett is giving that speech, she says, "I've lost my entire family," and it's like, wait a minute, she's lost T'Challa, she lost T'Chaka. What's going on with Shuri? Like, has she defected from Wakanda? Does she die in this movie? And so I'm really curious about that.
I hope so.
When Wakanda gets flooded, because obviously this is what happens in the comic books. Wakanda gets flooded, so this is no spoiler or anything. Does something happen to her there?
Yeah.
Is she just missing essentially?
Right, exactly.
Really
It'd be
excited
a
for
nice,
this.
a nice way to exit her out of there.
Can we talk a little briefly about I think a broader question? Do you think they should have recast? Chadwick Boseman.
No.
I would have said that if I knew that what they were intending to do was keep that story going, and they weren't going to give us a new Black Panther. If it was supposed to be, if they already had it set up that they were going to, have Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther, and they did have that at one point. Is they had that script written and they were supposed to do it, and then they found out that he had cancer and then he passed away, and they went back and they rewrote the movie. So I think if they stuck to that,
from what I understand, Brad, is this right that Ryan Coogler wrote a film with Chadwick Boseman in it
100%,
because he didn't even know he had cancer, which is just crazy to me. So
so I'm glad they didn't recast. I'm glad they're not going to try and do anything digitally, with him or anything like that.
No, I agree 100% because I think it's paying homage to him, and I also think that what's kind of exciting about that is just saying, okay, you're dealt these cards, and out of respect to him, we're gonna be creative and see where we can take this story, unfortunately without him. And so it allowed for to be more open about Wakanda and the people in it and the people around it. And then so I think you're going to get more involved with those characters now, and you're going to care more about the overall outlook of Wakanda. So when Namor comes and you start that war, it's not just about T'Challa versus Namor. It is about Wakanda versus Atlantis.
Yeah.
And so I think you can make that way more powerful now that T'Challa isn't going to be at the forefront.
And this is supposed to be the end of Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. This will be the last movie in that chunk.
And introducing another key character that's going to get their own show, right?
Yes, Riri Williams is the new character, and she will become a character known as Ironheart. She's kind of a Tony Stark protege. She's like a genius like Shuri, and she builds her own armor, and she's a newer Marvel Comics character that she basically
So she's
becomes.
going to be featured in this?
Yeah, that's
she's in the
she's that
trailer,
character
yeah.
you see with Shuri, and then she hits
in the lab, I
that
think,
metal
yeah.
piece out and everything.
How had I no idea?
Yeah, and I think unlike
Hence the Ironheart.
Tony Stark's suit,
Ironheart.
I get it. That was maybe too on point.
It was a heart. Well, you didn't get it.
I
so-
did. Clearly, I didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
her suit will potentially be made of vibranium, right?
I don't know. I mean, probably, but also I think that it's also not going to be like a sleek Iron Man suit. Like it has a little bit of an industrial feel to it, because there's been some promotional art and a Funko Pop now that came out, and it looks a little bit more like a basic Mark 1
Also,
kind of
to
suit.
me, very, very funny that the toys are the things that are spoiling things for people.
Oh, all
sometimes.
the
Well, it's not really a spoiler,
Well,
but that
you know
does
what I'm saying,
happen a lot,
yeah,
though.
it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
happen.
Especially you're trying to
Yep.
avoid things,
Legos,
sure.
these
and you
kind of
just
things.
go to the fucking toy aisle at Target, and you're like, God damn it! There's a goat boat.
And then Michael B. Jordan, maybe you think maybe there'll be a scene with Michael B. Jordan? No,
Yeah, in the mid-credit scene.
No.
It'll be in the mid-credit scene. I'm calling it here now.
It'll be like the end of Thor, without spoiling things.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still
Without
too
spoiling
early to
things.
spoil Thor.
Talk about the credit scene? No, you
Yeah.
can talk about it
Yeah.
now.
You think so?
Come on, it's a film podcast. It's
been like 3 weeks now, right?
Oh my God, Roy fucking Kent.
Ah!
He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. Roy Kent.
Yes, Father.
I'm literally wearing his jersey right now.
You really are.
Oh my God, dude.
For our listeners,
True story.
I
were there.
so happy.
Yeah, Ben took his pants off for the credit scene.
I masturbated openly.
Okay,
in the
that's
press
you
screening.
took it too far.
Okay,
I never said I did that. I just
Mike,
took my
you
pants
shut up.
down.
No,
taking your
pants
shut
off.
the fuck up.
Taking your
I
pants
know,
off
no,
is
I was-
different
I
than
was- no, fuck
masturbating.
off. I was in the theater. Listen, you said you wouldn't say anything. Now you're bringing it up. Fine. We're in the critics or whatever the fucking press screening in Chicago. I take my pants down.
And this was after he spilled blue cheese on himself.
I actually did do that, but I
Can't take him
took
anywhere.
my pants down. I see Hercules, Roy fucking Kent,
Hercules.
and I just start
With
jacking
that,
it.
with
and
that
you were
huge jaw of
smiling.
his.
Oh, you were smiling, and now it's bad. Is that your Roy Kent?
Yeah, it's my
I love
Roy
it.
Kent.
You want to hear my Roy Kent?
Yep.
No.
But yeah, so very excited for Black Panther,
Yes.
Wakanda Forever.
Yes,
It just looks incredible. I
Yep.
cannot wait to see it.
And it's not that far. I mean,
No,
November,
it's-
right?
yeah,
It's
this
really
fall.
not that far.
This fall,
It's getting a little long in the tooth. in
coming
this,
to
in
theaters.
this episode, so we might have to just skip the
We-
games portion.
No, we knew this was going to be like this. We're fine. Because really quickly, I do want to talk about the rest of the Marvel announcements because they did announce some very big things. So in addition to confirming that Black Panther Wakanda Forever would be the end of Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they did announce what would be happening with Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is pretty exciting. We knew a lot about what some of these movies were going to be as far as they were announced already and whatnot. But what we didn't know was what it would be leading up to, which is another big deal. So real quick, I'm going to run through the slate for what Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to be.
And again, Phase 4 ended with.
It
No,
will,
it
will
will
end
end
with
with
Black
Wakanda.
Panther Wakanda Forever.
At the end
Okay.
of this year.
Yes. So we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the third movie in that franchise, coming in February of 2023. We have a TV series adaptation of Secret Invasion, which will involve Nick Fury and the Skrulls. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming in May of 2023. They're doing a series spin-off called Echo, featuring the character from the Hawkeye series. We have Loki Season 2 in the summer of 2023, as well as The Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel, that will also feature Ms. Marvel.
Can't wait for that.
We have Blade, the reboot that will star Mahershala
Now,
Ali.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. We have Ironheart, which is a series that will star the Riri Williams character from
And
Black
I
Panther.
just heard about her.
I
Wakanda
was
Forever.
saying, you know,
That
now
Mike
Mike,
is now an expert on.
Mike, she actually was in the trailer for Lord of the Rings.
Motherfucker.
We also have a series that will be a spin-off from WandaVision called Agatha, Coven of Chaos, that will follow
That's gonna be
Catherine
so
Hahn's
good.
character.
Oh,
be so
I
good.
love her,
Mhm.
the actress,
Mhm.
so much
Yes.
that we're
It's
all
gonna
on.
be so
right?
great. It's gonna be
that's
so
a pants
good.
off show.
Oh, I really now hope this turns into a thing. Like Mike's not even going to be here next week. We're like, oh, that's pants off for me.
Then we have Daredevil Born Again, which we talked about. This will be an 18-episode series that's coming
crazy
to
me.
Disney+.
So excited about having
18
18 episodes.
episodes.
Yeah, the longest show that they've done for the MCU yet. So,
Unfortunately, they're 7 minutes long.
oh boy. Then we have
It's a Quibi show. That's the whole thing, right?
Woof.
Yeah, it's Reno 911 and this show.
Then we have Captain America: New World Order that will have Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, the new Captain
Oh, the
America.
QAnon people are gonna love that one.
Not my Captain America.
I can taste the hate, and I love it. I love it.
Oh, he's gonna have Brad is gonna be on Twitter hating so many people at that point.
I'm gonna
Oh.
blast him so hard. I'm gonna ruin people's lives.
With every breath out of my gap tooth, lost from skull mouth, I will say, there is no Captain America without Chris Pratt.
That's
Okay?
That's a good point. And so then Phase 5 will close out with a movie called Thunderbolts. And this is basically probably going to be Marvel's Suicide Squad. This is what will tie into what began in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series with Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character rounding up a bunch of characters to like become a team as like this rogue underground kind of semi-superhero
So
team.
does that bring in the new Black Widow? Does that bring in all of those?
Yeah,
people?
it'll probably include Yelena Belova,
Yeah.
Florence Pugh's character,
US
the,
agent.
the fake Captain America, U.S. agent.
Chances that Venom.
Not yet. I think because I think that's probably something they'll save for the Spider-Man side of things because they can't use Venom without Sony's permission because it belongs to Sony. So
Yeah.
if they
'Cause
do
that
anything
would
with
be
that,
right.
it'll be in a
That's
Spider-Man
that's
thing.
the best anti-hero thing ever, though. Like,
Yeah.
it would be, you know.
So yeah, so that's where Phase 5 will end, but that's not where Marvel stops. They gave us some information about Phase 6. Phase 6 will start with Fantastic Four in November of 2024.
I can't get excited about this, by the way, because I just.
Is it because they failed so many times?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
No.
That is exactly
I can understand that.
But
I just,
if there's one thing that Kevin
prove it to me.
Feige
Prove it
wants
to me.
wants to get right now, he loves Fantastic Four, and since it's
Get
the MCU,
Dr.
he
Doom
wants it.
right.
He wants it.
Get Dr. Doom right.
I hope you're right. I'm not letting my heart go there. That's all I'm saying.
They're gonna get it right.
The casting of Patrick Stewart as Reed Richards is a little concerning.
And that's not all, friends. They also announced that Phase 6 will culminate with 2 Avengers movies in 2025. That is Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in May of 2025, and Avengers.
Wait. Let me guess. I haven't looked. Avengers Cake Batter.
Yep, that's it. Avengers: Secret Wars in November of 2025.
Ooh.
6 months apart, not a year like Infinity War Endgame.
I will say again, I love Jonathan Majors. I cannot wait for him to be more
Will
in the
there be a
MCU.
movie in between the two? Like, will there be an MCU movie between the 2 Avengers movies?
So I don't recall exactly because the thing about
Yes,
Phase
yes, there
is.
There were points
So
in there, but
well,
they
so
did
but
not.
what I don't know if
There
I don't
were
know.
dates, but not movies.
They have
That's
dates
correct.
staked out for Marvel movies between those Phase 6 movies.
or TV shows.
I don't. Well, yeah,
They're just
yeah.
dates.
yeah. It could be movies, could be TV shows. But yeah. So
Howard
I think
the
it's a
Duck.
good bet. There will
I
be a
would
movie in
fucking.
between.
I
there.
would watch
Yeah.
a Howard the
So
Duck.
at that point,
need that
you know,
soft point.
we're 2025 or whatever. Who is in the Avengers at that point?
well, that's the thing is like even though we know where we're going now, there's still no clear framework as to like what's happening
Yeah, I'm
on
asking
the
you
way
though.
there.
Who do you think is in
let's
the
just
Avengers
focus
at
on
this
where
point?
we've been.
I don't
you
know.
know?
Yeah.
This is the thing is I really don't know. There's first of all there's so much time between now and then that I'm not necessarily sure who's going to form the team and what's going to happen because like the big thing that's going to change things up is the arrival of Kang, which is supposed to
Yep.
happen in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This is the character that we saw at the end of Loki season 1, referred to
so
as He Who
good.
Remains, played by
He's
Jonathan
so
Majors.
good.
And there's going to be a bunch of
Very
variants of him that are going to keep popping up
Also,
throughout these movies.
who currently, as an actor or actress, has stage 4 cancer that will not be with us.
What?
Why do you have to go dark?
Sorry.
I don't even know what you're trying to do here.
He's
So
saying he's
Chadwick
like,
Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
Cutting that whole thing out. It's just real. just not even worth anything.
But you know, it's interesting too because will people like Tom Holland still be under contract? Well, I mean, obviously,
So, yeah.
if I was them, I would just keep on backing money up to Tom Holland.
Yeah, I mean,
because,
so
you
like-
know,
Dump trucks full.
They already set up like doing another Spider-Man movie because of how they ended No Way Home. You know, he
Yep.
gives himself a new suit and like and that kind of thing. So they still haven't announced whether or not they have finalized a new deal. I think they probably still have to negotiate for that. But I'm sure they'll do another trilogy.
There is still this hang up on 20 million. You know, like Jim Carrey got it for Cable Guy in
Yeah.
96. And somehow, other than like these guys that are Robert Downey Jr. and, you know, Tom Cruise that with these back end deals, first dollar, it's still 20 million is still like the most you're going to get.
Yeah.
As an actor. So like Tom Holland, 50 million. Here's 50 million because it's going to make $1 billion at the box
But
office.
I don't think it's about Tom Holland's contract as much to get it from Sony, right?
Well, no. Well, I mean, that's part of it. If at least if Marvel wants Spider-Man to be in future movies, and first of all, there already is another movie that Tom Holland is contractually obligated to appear in
okay.
at some point in the
So they
future
do have
Marvel
him for
movies.
one more film.
Marvel is allowed to
as
use him for
Peter
another
Parker.
movie, but they haven't figured out a new deal for him to play Spider-Man in like another Spider-Man movie.
Mhm.
So he's contractually obligated
to make an appearance in a Marvel
In-
movie that's not a Spider-Man movie.
Man,
Yeah.
and I want to like I'm so interested in the behind the scenes there, where it's like, how many minutes, like in what capacity, third lead, cameo, like I want to know.
Yeah,
all
we're
that.
talking like
Oh,
a Civil War type of movie
Yeah.
or something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I'm so.
I'm gonna
interested
laugh
in
when
that.
they just
Same
drop
with-
him in Echo.
I mean, obviously,
He waves and flips away, and you're like, God damn it, was that it?
Benedict Cumberbatch's character, right? I mean, we see, you know, Doctor Strange being a big money maker now. That's over, I think, $1 billion.
It's very close. It's 900 something.
And so it'll be interesting to see again if he's still part of the Avengers. What's going on? I'm
Oh yeah,
excited to see this.
yeah. I think he'll still be like he's definitely got like that Tony Stark place. In, maybe not quite as like at the forefront as a leader, but like he'll definitely have that role.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. Where
Yeah,
it's
there's
going.
lots of stuff going on. I am very intrigued and curious how it's all going to play out because some of the things I'm not sure how they tie into the bigger picture, especially when it comes to the TV stuff like Agatha and Daredevil.
Yeah.
And there are so many gaps to fill left too. I don't
so
know.
excited about Loki season 2. Loki was such a great series.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, there's lots of exciting things happening. We are of course super nerds and very excited about all of it.
No, I was very happy with everything we watched tonight. It was a lot of the first time I'd seen all these trailers.
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
And Ben, like before we got on the air too, he was like he was getting super jazzed about Dungeons and Dragons and talking about like how good the effects were and how much he wanted to kiss Chris Pine.
I couldn't believe
how much he loves
Vin
dragons.
Diesel was directly involved in the development. It was
he
so
loves
great.
dungeons.
I do love dungeons. Oh man. Oof.
He can't even say it. He loves it so much.
I love dungeons.
All right,
That's
so let's wrap things up by playing a fucking game.
Let's not. We shouldn't do that. I don't like this because here's my problem.
You don't like fun? Is that what this is?
Mike, shut up. I love writing the games.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the things that it brings me joy in my life.
Yeah,
Right?
and so we want to make it worse for you.
Brett, I really do enjoy doing this. But conversely, I hate the song
Yeah.
so much.
Of course.
There it is.
And Nate
It's so good at it.
is so good at the song.
Well, it helps that he writes it beforehand.
It's true.
I don't write it
He does
beforehand.
write,
but
no, he does write it.
no.
You will
Here.
after you cheated.
I know. I
the
closed my
first time,
computer. I just closed my computer for you, by the way.
Every
All
time,
of my notes I've said, so there's nothing there.
But
that
I don't
need.
care. From now on, when you write the game, I'm like, oh, cool. What's the lyrics he made up beforehand that he's going to sing tonight? I won't ever trust that you don't make up the song beforehand.
I will spend the rest of my life earning your trust back.
On my relationship with my mother, my father,
Oh boy.
my brother, and Bailey, I have never pre-wrote the. Well, you could probably figure it out. I've never.
No.
What was the dead
If you had, you need to see a doctor.
I will say this: the difference though is I am somewhat of a musician too, so I can.
Oh, excuse
I
me.
can't
Well,
write
that's true.
things.
Pardon me.
And that's because
I
it's because
mean-
he's a pastor though. So
Yeah,
like when he's doing
And he
Right.
did have Hoosier Star at his church.
when he's doing
Thank you.
and when he's doing
Thank
sermons
you.
and stuff like that, he has to be like, oh,
Yeah.
holy
We do a lot of
time.
chanting. We do a lot of chanting, these kind of things. So
Yeah.
it just comes naturally to me. Some argue that it's the Holy Spirit. Some argue.
And
you know,
for me,
fair.
I'm just very
All right.
talented.
Here we go. Here we go. Game time.
do it.
Oh,
do
no.
it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Let's play some games. The Holy Spirit Trinity of Brad, Mike, and Nate.
Very sacrilegious.
We'll play
I'm
the
digging it.
games
Go.
and
Keep
have
going.
some fun.
Yes. Yep. I
That's-
loved it.
Pretty much.
Amen.
Man, one woman.
Okay.
Well, hey, Benny boy. Well done, buddy.
Thanks,
Good
man.
job.
Yeah.
Fist bump you over there.
Probably-
Thank you.
Pastor approved.
I am going to hell, Nate. I would really love it if you had like put a.
I'm told you. I'm bringing you with me,
It's true.
buddy.
A get out
I'm
of hell
bringing
free
you with
card.
me.
That didn't work, and this is the end.
Nate, have you seen End of Days?
No,
It's a
Really?
Schwarzenegger film
Schwarzenegger movie.
about
You
the
should
end
see
of the
it.
world.
Yeah.
not seen it.
There's
Fights demons.
Is that
and
what the
devil.
I'm not as big
Kristen
of a fan
Dunst?
of Arnold as my buddy Benny is, though.
Have you seen Fallen?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Arnold kind of
Washington,
reminded
John
me of
Goodman.
my dad growing up.
He was very strong,
Yeah,
Fought aliens?
and he had a weird accent.
yeah. all of the above.
Listen, Nate, you can't come to my cement company and fuck everything up.
Nate, you coming over here? Okay, you're doing this, you're doing that.
It's not a migraine.
Listen, just go become a pastor, okay? I don't care.
You don't pour the forms right.
Yep,
You don't pour
that
the forms.
is exactly what I heard most days.
Fair enough. All right,
I
so
was not going to do my Arnold.
Oh, wait, actually, Nate,
I just let it go.
Nate,
Wow.
Mike, I would like to hear you do one thing as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh God, no.
Wow.
Lol.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good,
There we
good.
go. That was good.
Yeah, perfect.
I just literally threw up in my
guys.
mouth. That's all it was.
Yeah, no, and that's what he does do. So,
Fair.
this game is called Phases Set to Fun.
Oh, fuck me. The podcast is over.
Yes.
What?
yes,
We don't
yes,
have time for games.
Yes, I'm loving it. Go.
You know what? You're right. We've gone too long on this podcast.
I'm not sure that you understand. Instead of phasers
Yeah.
set to stun,
I got it. I
it's-
got it.
No, but they didn't.
I know,
It's
but I got it.
phases,
Please
like
explain.
Marvel's phases.
Sorry, my tugboat just got here.
I thought you were starting your own jug band over there.
Listen, the tugboat is what Mike calls it when he pulls his pants down to watch the
Oh,
trailer.
jeez.
I will give you the four
I said that in secret.
following facts, one at a time,
Okay. Okay.
and you tell me which movie we're talking about in the MCU.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now, can we get one guess for each fact? Or?
So yes.
Oh wait,
so
real quick though, rules clarification. Can I?
I
Look,
am not done explaining them.
Can I look this up on the internet during the time that
Actually, give me your fucking watch. Give me your watch.
I watched
No,
this
you know
on
what?
the
No,
internet.
take the
turn
watch.
it upside down at least.
Give me the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the watch. Okay.
Good.
We have taken his watch off. His computer's closed. Where's your phone?
Does he have a
Is it your
secret
phone?
watch that he's
Oh, yeah,
reaching?
give me-
Oh,
no,
you
no,
got his
give me your
phone.
Here. His phone is not
Sucker,
working.
I got my Google Glass on.
Hi, 2014. Welcome to Nate Laux. Okay, here
I
we go.
knew I'd need it eventually.
All right, so I will give you all four of the
Totally
following
paid
facts
off.
one at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will tell me. You will all get a guess.
Yes.
All right. I will say the first.
Where
fact.
did you get these facts from?
The internet.
So let me tell you what the facts are.
Freedomeagle.net.
They're all the same every time.
Okay.
You will get the domestic box office.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will get which phase the movie is in.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll get the year it was released,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll get whether or not it was an origin story.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, you will get
My computer
who
with the
directed
internet.
it.
Oh. Well, Brad's
Sorry,
gonna
that's
win
five.
these.
That's five.
Brad's
That is
gonna win
that
these.
5 things?
Probably, but
That's
we'll
fine.
try.
Whatever.
Valiant
Whatever.
effort.
Hey, Mike. Good
So
luck to you,
after
buddy.
every single time,
Mhm.
you'll have a guess.
Yes.
Lord
One
knows
at
I
a
need
time.
Oh,
whatever.
do we all get a guess or just buzz in?
Yeah.
You know what?
No, I don't
let-
want buzzing. You're gonna buzz in
Let's
quick.
say, you know what? I like this. Let's just go one at a time. I'll go Brad,
Okay. All right.
Mike,
There we
Nate,
go.
Nate,
Can I
Mike,
steal?
Brad.
I mean, you can guess
Sure.
the same
Yeah.
movie because if you're right, you're right.
So we're gonna go with
Let's start off. Let's start off.
domestic?
Let's just start. Let's just see what happens.
All right. Phone a friend if you guys need
All
help.
right. So again, it's the domestic box
this
office,
could be terrible.
and then which
'Cause they
phase,
all made a
and then
lot of
which
money.
year, and then if it was an origin story or not, and then
Okay.
who directed it.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
All right. So number one.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
This movie made
Mm-hmm.
100 and domestically $134,800,000. Anybody got a guess?
Ant-Man.
Clearly, Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I don't have a guess.
Okay,
no
I
idea.
like it. No. Number two, you which phase is it? This is a phase 1
Okay.
film.
All
Brad?
right. All right.
The Incredible Hulk.
That was going to be
Mike?
my guess.
That was a solid guess.
Yeah, that was going to be my guess.
I feel like I just gotta go different. I'll go Captain America.
I was also going to go with Incredible Hulk because it was the least, I think, commercially successful.
Here's how we're going to do this. Brad,
Mm-hmm.
you get 2 points because you were the first one to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to give Nate 1 point for
Okay.
also just piggybacking on that because he didn't know.
I'll probably piggyback on most
And
of
I'm
those
going to give
questions.
Mike, you got to keep track of your own points, by the way.
Okay.
0.5 points for doing something different.
There you go. Hi,
Because
I'm gonna
that-
laugh when I win by 0.5
Yeah,
over
right.
Brad.
I'm gonna love-
and
no,
Brad
honestly,
is gonna be so
Because
upset.
he's like, God damn it, you know what? I don't want to do what Brad did. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Domestic box office.
Yep.
Scroll down, scroll up. Just
Hurry
make
up.
sure that nobody knows where I'm going.
Up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
A, B, A, B.
A, B, A, B. All right. This movie made $408 million at the domestic box office.
Okay.
Brad? Oh, sorry, Nate. 408. 5, 4, 3.
I'm going to go with the Iron Man 2.
Mike?
I'll go with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Avengers.
All incorrect.
Okay. All right.
All right. Next, we're going to go with phase, and it is phase 2. Mike?
Iron Man 3.
Brad?
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Ant-Man.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Go to the third thing, which I have to look up, was which year it was released. This movie was released in 2014. Brad?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
What he
Mike?
said.
Nate?
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you're all wrong.
No.
Wow.
This was not an origin story. And so we're back to Brad or Nate. Sorry, Nate. Not an origin story.
Oh, Thor 2.
I was gonna say Thor: The Dark World is the only one I can
Yeah,
think
Thor: The Dark World.
No.
Oh!
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Correct.
Nice. Good job, Brady.
After you told us no?
Wait, did I say no to that?
Yeah, to me. And then Brad didn't even guess.
That was gonna be my guess anyway. So
Sure, it was.
I know.
Wait, hold on. You guessed Captain America?
You're
No.
cheating.
No,
You're
No, I
cheating.
said
he echoed
I-
Nate's guess.
Yes,
Brad.
and then you told us no.
Ben and Brad are cheating.
All right, that's right. No, guys,
I'll take 1 point. That's fine.
This is right. No, you won't. No, you won't. You'll get 2.
Okay.
But Mike also gets 2.
Hey, way to go, Mike.
So now
And now-
you have 2.5.
Yes.
Brad, you have 4.
4.
I have 1.
Nate, you have 1. All right,
Crap, I hate games.
there we go.
I'd rather play Dungeons and
Box
Dragons.
office. You shut your fucking mouth.
He's just mad he doesn't have his computer. or phone.
I really am. I really am. I really am.
All right, this movie made $623 million.
Okay.
And you'll have to remind me who's first this time.
I think
think
it's
it's
me.
Brad.
Or no,
I thought it was
it's Mike.
Mike.
It's
but-
Mike.
I'll go Age of Ultron.
Mike, Age of Ultron? Incorrect.
You can't say that.
No,
Remember,
you're
we're all
supposed
supposed- we're all
to
supposed
wait
to
till
guess.
the end.
Yes. Jeez,
And it doesn't matter because I was going to guess the first Avengers anyway.
Incorrect.
Doctor Strange.
I'm just joking. We're going to start over because I fucked up. So, we're going to pick a different one.
No.
What was the answer to that?
Yeah.
It was Age of Ultron.
Ha.
You told me no.
Yeah, you told him it was incorrect.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. This is the first Avengers. I'm sorry.
So I was right.
Brad was right.
5 points to me.
Nope.
Can I have some points for that one?
The problem is I'm on my phone and scrolling all this fucking shit.
You need to make a
instead
Google Doc
You know,
with
I
the answers.
didn't. No, you know what helped?
Lazy.
I
Lazy.
had-
Listen, I wrote the goddamn game.
You don't even have to write the song beforehand.
You know what helped me is
Wait.
having my computer with the internet.
He's not wrong.
I had to look up all these things.
Maybe you shouldn't have
and
gone to
then
beat-ups before the podcast.
You're probably right, actually. Right. So right now, Brad, you have 4 points.
Yeah. Should
Mike,
have 6.
2.5. No. Nate, you have 1.
Sure.
Here we go.
Son of a gun. You can stop reminding people.
All right, here we go. This movie made
In all fairness, I was gifted my points twice.
this movie has made $180 million. And Mike, we're gonna start with you, and I won't say correct or incorrect.
100.
180.
180.
Yep.
I will go with Thor: The Dark World.
Ant-Man.
Brad.
I'm gonna go with the first Thor.
Brad, you got it. I don't like this.
Literally, all he does is
Yeah,
look
I
at
don't-
box office.
I don't
I'm
joke
gonna
all
say,
day
like-
long. This is-
The funny thing
Box
is
office-
I'm not even the box office person for Slash films.
So Brad's got 4 points.
6 points.
Fine. All right, here we go.
For 100 million points.
For all the marbles. All right. This movie made $318 million. Nate, what do you think?
Doctor Strange.
Michael?
That's a great guess. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Bradford.
That's a good one.
I'm going to say Iron Man 3.
You're all incorrect.
Oh, I see.
This is a movie from Phase 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
Bradford.
I see what you
Bradford.
did there.
Iron Man 2.
Michael.
I will go with Iron Man.
Nate.
Captain America: Winter Soldier. Is
The
that-
first Avenger is the one from Phase 1.
We already did that one though. So,
No.
No, we didn't.
We did Winter Soldier.
oh,
Phase
okay.
2.
All right. So
So
yes.
you'd be right with Phase 1.
Yeah.
Michael, you're correct.
Ooh.
Son of a.
Fancy
Comeback.
little boy.
The first
Suck
Iron
at
Man
this.
made
This is the
$318
dumbest
Make it a
million.
comeback.
So Michael has 4.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Bradford has 6.
Mm-hmm.
I got one, guys.
He's
I
got
got
one.
one.
He's got one, guys.
I
He's
like-
still here.
I
He's
like-
still here. Still in the game.
I'm still in it. I'm
He's
still in
fine.
it.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's fine.
I like to come from behind.
I'll bet you do.
Stop. Nope.
Hey,
Low
Brad.
hanging fruit.
Hey, Brad. How are you?
Especially if he's watching a Pants Down movie.
This movie made $426 million. And I think it is.
I think it's me.
Is it you, Mike?
And I honestly, Nate has been saying this answer, so I'm totally stealing it. It's Doctor Strange.
Okay. I think you know what.
I hope it is.
We're going
so hard.
So Mike got that, and then we're gonna go with Nate next because I don't think we've ever gone this way. So Nate, you're up next.
I've got nothing else to do. I will do. I don't.
I like
think,
that you picked it, and now he just can't think of a different. Like
No,
there is no other movie in
name
the MCU. I'm
Any
just
other
saying.
movie?
I'm gonna do. I will go with
I will feel so bad if you go with something different.
Iron Man 3.
Bradford.
Iron Man 2.
All incorrect.
Ooh.
Okay. I feel better about myself.
This
today.
movie is Phase 3.
What's the box office number again?
It was 426. Brad, you're up first.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Michael
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
and Nateford.
Did anybody guess Captain America: Civil War yet and get that right?
No, they did not.
Is that your guess?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You asked a question. You didn't actually
Well,
make
they
it.
said no, so I assumed that was my.
You're all incorrect.
Jesus.
I don't know anymore.
The year
I was like the other ones
the
that I know.
year
are phase
this
3.
was released in
This
Phase
is a Phase
3.
three.
This
Yeah.
is Phase 3. Phase 3, and it was released in 2019. Phase 3, 2019. It made
domestically.
$426 million.
That seems like.
And we're gonna go with Nate first.
Was Ragnarok released? Thor Ragnarok, or is that Phase 4? I'll go with Thor Ragnarok. I don't even know when that was released.
I'll go Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Oh, I didn't even think of the Spider-Man films.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
You're all incorrect.
Cheese Louise, Peppa Cheese.
What did you guess?
Spider-Man: Far From Home. So-
This was an origin story. Mike?
Phase 3.
Phase 3. That's not the...
I'm
not
gonna
the-
go with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
actually.
it.
It's Captain
That's
Marvel.
it. That's it. I will also go with that, so I get a point.
We're all wrong.
Are you all guessing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all correct. But Mike gets 2 points. So he has 6.5. Brad?
8.
8?
No, I don't think Brad does. I think he has 6.
Wait.
No, I have 8. I got 3 answers correct, and I just got this one.
No.
But I got it first.
No, he had it first.
Why does he get?
What did you have before this? 6?
You
I had
didn't,
6.
All right.
You didn't get this
Mike,
one.
you
I had
have
4.5.
you have
has-
6.5 because you got this
You
one
guys,
right.
yeah,
so
so now I have
6.
7.
No, you
I
got
have 7. I have 7
guys.
now.
No, I'm gonna give up my point so that you have 6.
No.
I already had 6.
I know, but you don't get any points for that.
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
No.
I was the
'Cause you
first
just
one to say,
piggybacked
yeah,
me.
that's
I
it.
am the games master. I will tell you what you get.
And what you told us was that we keep track of our own points.
in all,
After I give them to you. So, Mike, you have 6.5, right?
yes.
Brad, you get 1.
So I
And
have
Nate
se-
gets
so I
1.
So I have
I
7
think
points.
I have like 19
You
now.
have 2 points,
Oh,
I think.
son of
I think Nate's only got 2.
Yeah, he's
All right.
dumb.
So you have 6.5. You have.
I'm
this
gonna
is, this
put
is the
all
la-
of my chips in
This
right
is
now.
the last one,
He's going all in.
guys. This is the last one.
Okay.
All right.
Black Panther.
Ah, damn it! He took my answer.
If he
and
got
it was
if,
the right
if
one.
he
because
got it right, I swear to God.
then he deserves to win. Oh,
I
damn.
win.
All right. You guys ready? This movie made $232 million. Brad, I'm going to give you a crack at it first. 232. 5, 4, 3.
Iron Man 3.
Nate.
Doctor Strange.
Mike.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It was Doctor Strange.
I won! I won the game!
Well,
I won the game!
I mean,
No, that one was worth 10.
you know what? Yes, Nate, you're the winner of the game.
And Nate has his pants off.
Because you stuck with it.
You
because
made
you
it
stuck
happen,
with it.
buddy. Well, this has been
boy.
a very eye-opening
This is what you get for not cheating.
and a pants-dropping episode of
Wow.
Go Fix Yourself.
Wow.
We did it, guys.
We did it. We had fun.
We had a good time.
We had friendship. And if you had as much fun and friendship as we did, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes,
He's a master, isn't he?
Anchor,
folks?
He's done it a
Spotify,
couple times.
Stitcher, Podbean, Flibbergibbet,
Liberty Gibbet.
Faxcast,
Listen to the Facts
Wherever
Live
you kids are
podcast.
watching
Carfax,
your podcast
Truth
these
Social.
days.
yeah, wherever your kids are getting.
Truth Social.
Wherever you kids are getting your ear chats, make sure you give us
Yeah.
5 stars, subscribe, tell your friends.
Share it.
6 stars on Parlor because they don't know how 5 stars works.
Yeah.
We did it. All right, boys. This has been a lot of fun. Mike, thank you so much for being on the
Yeah,
show, man. We
seriously,
always
Mike,
appreciate you
you're
being
the
Thanks
best.
for having
friend of the show, Mike Flores. Nate, thanks for being here, buddy.
Hey, love you guys.
Brad was here too.
I love just holding my belly.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?